Bonnie Scotland, hear-o, full braw folk singers. Granny pines in isolation, hudden on by their fingers. Azure hills and glass-like lochs, nature's art in the sky. Heather pipes, haggis and midges, copyright o' the real Mackay. The ghosts so past, the flitting lairds, it's faunty bits, nae kiddin'. The snoots and bracken have got a grip, there's bits getting in a midden. Nae mair deer and nae mair sheep, nae mair bailiffs tae. It's oor land noo, it belongs to us, you cannae put us aff oor keep. 5,000 years they've quietly stood, we're culture, we're heritage, we're art in the wood. We've kent loads for ages, we've touched back in time. What we're wantin' and wishing, what's yours, love, is mine. We're no losing the power of communication, but communication wi' our place. We dinna blether enough, hae a good yak, pass on face to face. I've got a right good warm feeling coming over me. Well, I'm no a complacent loon. There's plenty still today who do we communicate with the high-ends in the tune. The boys they cry the Neds and Neats, the Chavs and all the Chancers. They're needing a break, for goodness sake. Come on, ya healing dancer. They're already in the bank, they've got the gift and talent. They've got the go, the trucks and wheels. Who do we get the balance? They're learning all the wheel things richt, to draw, to write and to read. They're the lucky uns, I know, they've got their hale lives ahead. A life o' strictly watching, X-rated goggle box, funny folk allegedly laughing aff their socks. They awfy glad, and they awfy bad. Nae mair Greyfriars Bobby, slightly overweight fat Bob, nae mair o' our ain nor Willie. I'm getting desperate, Dan. Ah weel, that's progress, we've got to move with the times. Pies made out of soya, and ginger out of cars. Oh, and that's just minded me, our delicious drap-in bars. Now they'll no stop until ye drop. It's super-sized mall glitz. Ach, I cannae be doing with all this. I've had enough, I'm all logoed out. I've been totally branded to bits. So what's all this about? I can hear you mutter. It's no all our culture that's getting a clutter. We've still got our labels. We're still proud o' our teams. There's always time to hae a dance, whilst drumming up our dreams. Keep our commons open, keep burning a light inside. Stonning, watching, respectful, the keepers o' the mind. Now they say art's no easy, it was invented by the Greeks, the masters and the modernists, the cubists and the geeks. But what about all our culture that we've got lying in our woods? It's all braw and reflective of what's really happening out there. Now bide with me a minute, trust me, this is going somewhere. There's withies and there's wispy. There's shoes and there's coos. There's pencils and there's shavings. There's bubbles and there's shawls. There's windy and there's wistful. There's laborious and all. I've seen the light, it's spectacular. I even took my maw. Everybody's got their favourites, some good, some are funny. Some just think, like my mother, what a waste of bloody money. But if you dinna do anything, something terrible will happen. Nae bums on seats, nae gathering, nae footfall come a-clapping. We need to tell mair folk about our community woods. What goes on in the bit, what's in it for the kids. Get back on the blower when you've finished here the day. Tell everybody about it. Our culture's no o'er, nae never, no way. There's taking root, there's barely root. There's endless roadie bashing. There's boys felling and gadgies snedding, cuddies huffing, puffing and all. There's saftwood and there's hardwood, or roadside to get awa. There's cutting and there's cladding, and soon to come off slips. There's the old ways and there's the new ways. and old dogs learning new tips. There's the old craft, and there's new marts, and loons all making a living. These boys came to buy hurleys, they kent the price of a shilling. There's creatures, and there's boaties, there's aples, and matching pears. There's badgers, and there's bodgers, and there's wains just out of P3, learning, gleaning, fastidious, and a possible BSc. There's graceful, and there's tuneful, and there's cups and old carved rings. There's crannogs, forts and palisades, few folk ken about these things. Ancient forests on ancient maps, veteran elms in the kirks, thrawn ash doon in hidden claps, new juices frae the birks. We've rich neighbours, with some moody inns, toon folk and awe to please. We've all got our favourite ridgeons, and the tree rats gien them a squeeze. We've got dugs with ears and dugs with eyes, folk running with a compass, careful owners gaen aff piste, and waterproof bairns amongst us. Your faiths are important, we've far east and far west, but it's braw just taking your man out. It doesn't have to be at the Dug's request. Well, that was a lang tell, but I'm no finished yet. Well, come on man, get a move on, we're needing a bit of a spell. Bear with me folks, because I'm about to get a bit more serious. Our communities are precious things, some dinna want to see us. There's careful, and there's careless, and then there's gone ape. It sometimes gets whilst tricky, and things get out of shape. It's all about being joined up at what's going on out there, what's currently, what's happening, what'll make folk really stare. Yakking to the locals, engaging with these young folk, getting them to spread the word, putting more faith in this bloke. Other ministers'll help us out, but they'll no carry our bags. Keep on hugging, but we need more tugging. Now form an orderly queue. We've got loads and loads to tell folk, but if there's naebody there to listen, what's cool to some, it's maybe no so cool to others, ony mair. But what's really brilliant is bairns, bairns, bairns. Workies instead of junkies, and borrachs in the quines. Our hope and strength o' culture comes frae within us a'. Our ain folk and new folk, folk that dinna tak awa', folk that bother and dinna just blether, deep folk wi' muckle tether, folk wi' skill, sense and opinion, wi' brains o'er our dominion, folk wi' talent, off he good at creating a din. That's our Henry, what a boy, he's really outside the tin. Now let's get round the table, let non-natives live in peace. They say life's too short, and art's too long, just dinna come back in a fleece. Spray the cans o' future, throw away the lids, good people paint good culture, our heritage, our place, our wids. Thank you for heading on to the finish. We hope that you've enjoyed the piece. You know what arts, culture and heritage means to you as an individual, and you'll be aware of its role in your life. You know where it fits in your families, how it works in your communities. Cultural heritage is not a commodity. It's not going to be done by a certain time, and it's a bit of this and it's a bit of that. Our organisation, Community Woodlands Association, has over 120 woodlands in villages, towns and cities throughout Scotland. Some small, some very large. Over 15,000 young, elderly, able and not so able are taking part in the revolution. Many, many more enjoy the benefits of our work. The organisation is in a tight place at the moment and really needs your support. We're trying to build capacity and income streams within the association. We're getting there, but it's just taking us a bit longer than we thought. If you feel you're able to support our work in any way at all, we'd be very grateful. We're not like any other woodland or conservation organisation. If you'd like a hard copy of this presentation for friends, please ask or pass this one on to others who may think you would like to support our work.